Right, so you run your own business and you want to be more productive. We all do. And productivity is one of those things where if you have an interest in business or self-improvement and you've been on the internet ever, you have seen the productivity hype, the gurus, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like chasing perfection. You know, like everybody trying to optimize down to minutes and seconds, and I'm all for it. I'm all for getting more done in less time. Great. But to what extent? And are there any good techniques and tricks you can use to actually put things in place? I've got a sprinkle of the OCD, just a touch, just enough that nobody noticed for 28 years, but then when I got medicated it helped. So, you know, just on the fringe. And I need structure or I'm terrible. I run my own business called Murgs. As you can see, I'm in my little office at home. It's a small business, there is only me. And getting things done effectively is a big part of my job because we all get the same amount of time, except everybody's lives are different and chaotic in different ways. I've got twin girls age 2, they go 3 this month, and yeah, it's just shenanigans. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go through and try and show you some useful bits of what I'm doing. We're going to be designing, in fact, I've got a list. We're going to be designing emails. We're going to be finishing off the newsletter. I'm making a newsletter. It's going to be basically a summary of all just the top 10 or 20% of tips and tricks through the week. It's just going to be one email. That's it. Anyway, we've nearly finished that. I just need to set up a few more little bits, but I'll show you. Let's go through that. And make 2 emails for Klaviyo, finish there and reply to that. And I've got to do some returns and exchanges and all the normal business stuff. The stuff that, honestly, I don't want to do because replying to emails and managing returns and exchanges that's not why we do this. But at the same time, it's like being a bodybuilder and not training legs. To have the complete package, you've got to do all the hard bits too. So we're going to use the Pomodoro technique. Come on, have a look at this. So the Pomodoro technique, or Pomodoro, I don't know how to say that word. So basically, it involves a 25-minute interval called Pomodoros with a short break in between. So what we're going to be doing is set a timer for 25 minutes, work on the task without distraction. That includes you, my friends. When the timer ends, take a 5-minute break. Repeat steps 1 to 4, 3 more times, and then take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. Cool. It's currently 11:34. Timer's ready. I'm just going to give this a blast. First job, mop up all the crap. Do you know all those crap jobs that it's like, ugh? I'll do all them because I like to get them out of the way. So let's do it, right? Right. We are ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? You don't need to be ready. This is going to be a time lapse for you. Anyway, let's do all the crap. That's it. We did it. Let me jump a little bit. All right, enough for you. Reset. Right. Pause. To be fair, I'll be honest, better than expected. I got more done than I expected to. I just said that. So I've been doing an email. First thing I've been doing, I sorted out all my returns so that they can go. Returns and exchanges, that's just a job that... So I've done that. I'm on with now, currently, writing an email for my customers, to my customers. Most emails you see from a brand are sales emails. They're to try and push more products, they're to try and build brand reputation, they're for the brand. This is one of a rare few emails that is for the customer. This is just informational. And don't get me wrong, in fact, I'll just show you. So, here's what we're working with. If you want to read this, please take a pause. I'll try and show you the best I can. But then again, I was going to say, join the Murgs email list if you're interested in actually what I sent. Like, that's, do what you want. So yeah, this is actually just about apologising for some of the chaos, and here's some of the products that people keep emailing me about. Here's the expected returns. We get a lot of bits and bats from China, and it's the Chinese New Year. I've had products already late come in. We sold more than I expected at November, December, January. We sold lots of stuff, so I'm really chuffed that we did. And I think HMRC are as well, because I paid my VAT bill the other day, and that was a lump. That was a nice small car for someone. Ugh. Anyway, so next it says to have a 5-minute break. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. Although, to be completely honest, I've probably just used 3 minutes of this talking to you, which is fine, because we're just trying to test the technique out. I've put a 5-minute timer on. We shall see. I'm going to actually have a break, actually stop, actually not think or look at this, go get some water, hydrate, reset, and come back and do it all again. Because as much as this email is coming together beautifully, it's not done yet. But I want to create this one, and then in my next 25-minute gap, I'm aiming to create a more sales-focused email. Some of these products on there are out of stock because the labels are wrong. I know, like, they're in the fulfillment center. They're literally in the fulfillment center. They arrived, so it's Thursday. So Tuesday would put it at, I don't know what day, like a week and a bit ago. They arrived, yes, 8-9 days ago. And apparently they've had the wrong barcodes. Anyways, me in the fulfillment center, I've had this issue a few times. So, sorry, I thought I got an email back from them. So it's been escalated a couple of times. I can't think. Barcodes are wrong. So start again. You're an idiot. So the barcodes are wrong on some of the products. The fulfillment center can't scan them properly, right? That causes problems because then they go into delays. Then they need relabeling, and there's a fee per label and per hour. I think it's like £32 an hour plus 10p a label or something. Fine, whatever. Like, you've got all my stuff. I'm not going to drive down there to relabel it all myself. So yeah, crack on. But next order, there will be some changes. You have to make changes. You have to refine the process as you go. If you don't constantly make improvements, things just fall apart and turn to shit. So if you know that this is an issue and I now send in more stock with the same barcodes, I am the idiot. It is my fault. I am responsible, right? So we're going to fix that up. Anyway, it's water time. Let's go get a drink and have a reset, and then we'll return back and attack this. So far, round 1. Feeling good. Right, it's currently 12:06. 12:06, we're back. Didn't go very far. Whoops. 22 seconds left. At that point, I'm not really too fussed. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what I'm listening to, nothing. No, these are literally off. There's nothing going on. I don't know, it just puts me in the zone in a weird, obsessive compulsive kind of way. Anyways, we're going to do it all again. Let's get this rattled off. You can stay there, Mr. Camera. You're a rascal. Right, let's do it. And we should have an email to send at the end of this. So, Lego. Come on. Putting that in there. We're done. Yeah. Right. Crikey. So, this is, you just plugged in on charge, that's all, don't worry about me. So, this is where we're at. Collapse that. So this is what we've made. Yes, I know, give up. And then 5 minutes, but we'll start that when I finish this, because this is still, anyway. So we've got this, made this in Photoshop, cut him out, just popped in behind his little logo, added in. So if I just go like this, and then added in a few different layers. So if we just turn him off, that's what it looks like without, that's him on. And then just a few different gradients. So that's kind of it, really. We just started with a blank image on a thing. Cut the man out, done. Logo behind, gradient, done. So that is finished. That is now onto here. A few little bits and bats. The bit I was just rushing through is putting through all the links. Got to be linking people. Not worse than sending an email that doesn't have links on it. Ugh. I don't mind sending emails with a spelling mistake. Sometimes my mum will be like, John, you've spelt this wrong. Well, it's too late, Mum, now. It's gone out to thousands of people. So anyways, this is the email. This is quite good because most of these products are still in stock. So what I'm going to do is schedule this. And that's what I've put as well. So why our customers say our grips are fire, which I suppose adds a little bit of intrigue, but I don't know. I'm kind of testing that. And then discover the grips of the ultimate grips. And hopefully I've put enough points in this. I don't know. Every email's kind of, it's a trial, right? Because you don't get to send the same email again right now. You can't just do it again now. But anyway, long story short, we're going to schedule this. So we'll schedule this. I always struggle with scheduling emails because I don't struggle with it. I overthink it too much. And I know it doesn't make a massive difference. But then again, I'm like, but does it? I don't know. I don't know what day is better. So we've sent one out today. That's really funny. Got loads of auto responses. That's good. Sorry, I'm in my own world. Sometimes I do this. I just drift off. It's one of them where you try and show somebody what you're doing while running a business, while literally running a business. This is not a demonstration. This is not a, look at this, this is what I'm doing. It's, no, like I'm actually running a business and sharing what I'm actually doing. None of this is for sure. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I might save a job to show it you, but no, I'm actually sending emails, so I'll just get back on to what I'm doing. So this is when we have, so we're here on the 6th. When shall we send that? I'm thinking maybe Saturday, because then I'm hoping to send a load of emails, maybe on the Monday or the Tuesday. So let's go Saturday time. I always like to go for slightly later. My target audience tends to be people between 25 and 44. And these people might have kids and jobs, and it's Saturday. So 6:30 p.m. on a Saturday. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see if that does what we want. So that's scheduled. So it turns out using the Pomodoro, using the new technique. It's yeah, I don't know. I'm doing. This is working better than I expected. I kind of thought, yeah, I'm gonna do the new thing, and if anything, I'm noticing a little bit of not anxiety. That's too much. But it's almost like an external force now. It's almost like it's not me telling me this needs to be done. And it turns out when you work for yourself, that can be the difference between getting plenty done and not. So it's actually really working rather well. I'm surprised. And yeah, I've only done two rounds of it. So I'm going to try and do maybe 4. I'm going to set my 5 minutes off in a minute. Like I say, go for a wee, have a sit down, do nothing on purpose. And then we're going to dive into the newsletter because it just needs some tweaking, some finicky bits and bats. But yeah, we'll come back to that. I'm going to go and do nothing and return in about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. It's 36 now. I will be back. Do you know, like some nights you go to bed and you set your alarm and then you feel like it just went off? That's how this feels. I thought, oh, these 5-minute breaks are going to be lovely. We'll go downstairs and just leisurely. No, they're absolutely so fast. But on the bright side, I'm getting lots done. I'm very impressed. Right, on this one, a little bit different. So we've been using the Pomodoro technique, and that is all well and good. But it's hard to talk to you guys and give you guys any hints, tips and tricks and useful stuff. So if you need to get more sales in a business, send products to people who will use the product and display it for others. That sounds stupid, long and convoluted, but that's influencer marketing 101. You do not have to pay a lot of money for people to advertise your products, I promise. And if people really like the products, they will advertise them for free. I want you to have a product that is so good, people can't help but tell their friends. Because that's the point, right? What's the point of having a product that you sell that's just okay? How is anyone going to tell anyone else ever? Try and target. It's different for every niche, but try and target where these people come together, right? And get the people that are most vocal within these circles to use those products. For example, CrossFit. Like we'll use this example, then we'll come up with some more. If you target the CrossFit gyms, that's where the CrossFitters are, right? Or target the coaches or the owners or anybody that's got a reasonable following on social media. Sometimes I will literally send products out to people that are either famous and very popular or have some sort of athletic status. Like sometimes I'll send things out to people that are just absolutely killer athletes. Why? Not because there's any terms and conditions. When I send things out, there's no terms, no conditions. It's just, if I hope you like this and I hope you use it. I want us to be your choice. And I mean, here's a funny one. I once sent Joel Dommett a DM on Instagram saying, hey Joel, see that you've been doing some lifting. Do you want some stuff? He replied saying, yes, please. Sent Joel Dommett a box of stuff. And if you don't know who that is, type it into Google. He's on ITV. He's quite a popular celebrity. And he was like, yeah, sure. Same again with George Heaton from Represent. I messaged him one day saying, George, I see you training. You do some cool stuff. Do you want some gear? And he was like, yeah. So now on Instagram, now and again, you'll see George Heaton, the owner of Represent. I think they do 100 million a year in sales, wearing a Murgs belt. Why? Because it's a good product. And it's not that it was free, because George, I'm sure, George could buy any belt he wanted, if not half of the weightlifting belt companies. So just sending things out and having goodwill, I find so powerful. There's been loads of examples of that I've done, sending things out to different people, not even with a direct return on investment in mind. That's how I started out. I started out thinking, if I send this to them and they get a sale or two with that code, I'll be able to track this and that and blah, 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 blah. But as the brand grows, that drop of water just becomes slightly more diluted. It's just slightly less. So be generous. Send things to people that will show people that need to see your products. Send them out to community. If you've got a business that is in rock climbing, you sell rock climbing shoes, I don't know, contact some rock climbing gyms, find some rock climbers, find some people that have got a few thousand followers that put up really good quality images, because that could be part of the deal. But like, can we send you some stuff? I just want to share you off wearing the product because you demonstrate it very well. How great of a message, what a compliment that is in your inbox for someone to be like, wow, you make our product look really attractive. Can we use your photo and we'll just send you some stuff? And that's a really good way to get started. I have dabbled in paying people for influencer marketing. One person that we worked with officially for quite a long time, which was the best relationship. It worked fantastic. A lady called Freya Morrow, who was a weightlifter for Team GB. So she was legit. And it was just such a nice cooperative relationship, you know, it worked really well. The only reason we stopped working with Freya was to cut back on expenses at the end of last year. I took nearly 6 months off with depression. And for those that watch every time, yeah, I've mentioned that a few times. It's not something to be proud of. It's actually like, you know, when we, didn't do anything half of last year, it's like, yeah, that'll catch up to you at some point. So yeah, the reason we don't work with Freya was just financial. That's it. I wish we could. That'd be so good. But then we've worked with other athletes in the past as well, no names being named, that just didn't fulfill their obligations. And it's like, look, we're paying you X amount a month for you to put X amount of posts up, and if we get to the end of the month and you've not put any up, then of course this isn't going to work. But looking back, influencer marketing, not for us. I think that's for the MyProteins, it's for the Gymsharks, it's for your Ables, it's for these big companies that can afford to spend £300, £400, £500 for a post from someone who's got 100,000 followers. It matters on what products you've got as well, but aside from that, when you're sending things out, always make a note and make a list of the things that you have sent out. This sounds silly, I know, but when you're starting a business and you send a thing or two out, you might think, oh, that's no big deal. By the time you get a few years in, you've sent thousands of pounds worth of, like many thousands, tens of thousands of pounds worth of stuff out. And these are real expenses that you actually need to knock off your accounts, because this is in essence just money that you're not declaring, you're giving away. And it's like, and there's loads of things like that in business, like things that you don't necessarily realise until you realise, and then you're like, well, obviously, everything feels like that, I promise. And it does feel overwhelming, but you'll figure it out. You will absolutely figure it out. This is why I do these, just to show you that I'm figuring it out. I'm 8 years in, and there's still things that crop up, and it's like, oh, that's new. Because don't forget, business is based on current laws and trading, and I mean, look at all the chaos at the minute, from trading with China to the US, and I don't want to be involved in all that. We were going to start, I keep saying we, there's only me. I was going to expand Murgs into the US at some point. That it was maybe the end of this year. I don't know what's happening now with all the trade wars and there's tariffs here and there, and I worry about that later. So even though somebody looks like they know what they're doing in business, whether that's me or not, that's irrelevant. I just wing it. You will just learn as you go. You literally just learn as you go. You just learn from doing. That's it. It's kind of like sitting in a car for the first time and me trying to explain to you how a clutch works, how you it's kind of a gradient and it's to do with friction, and try it. Just bring that clutch up and put some accelerator on and you'll be like, you just need time with it. And then compound that into another thought. What if this is the timeline that works? You know, you see famous people. Mark Zuckerberg tells you how he started Facebook under a bridge 20 years ago. And you're like, oh yeah, look at that. That's the bridge that he started Facebook under. Everybody's got a story like that. What if this is my version of that? And what you're doing now is your version of that? What if I'm going to, in 20 years' time, I'm 29 now, what if 20 years' time, this is a great success and we're one of the biggest brands on earth? I don't know. That could happen. I'm not sure. Probably not. Let's be realistic. But what if Murgs 10x's in size and this has a team of people and it becomes a really substantial brand? That could be the case. I could be looking back on these videos now with, I don't know, like these rose-coloured glasses, be like, wow, that's where I started. And that could be where you are now. Everybody worked hard in the crappy bit to get through it, to get to the good bit. So whatever you're doing, maybe this is the start. What if you're on the right track? There are times, and this is really tricky too, knowing when to quit, that's important too. But we won't get to that because there's not enough people even make a start. If I start telling you when to give up, that's so specific and niche to a few people. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just try. Just keep going. You have got this. We have got this. So make a note of everything that you send out because otherwise you're just giving money away for free. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to send a few things out, get those BS jobs mopped up, and we'll go from there. Nice. You can sit there. This video as well is very kindly sponsored by Suffolk Candles. It's not really sponsored by them. It's from Jason. He's a friend of mine and he sent me a load out. This one is delightful. Same again. No payment. He didn't ask me to tell anyone about these. They're just delicious. It smells so good. I'm putting it on now. Yeah. So yeah, send things out to other people, and if they do like it, as we hope they will, they'll probably share it with other people. So if you need any candles, go to Suffolk Candles on Amazon and go see Jason. Nice. One thing else to note is, Rome wasn't built in a day. Seriously, building, running, operating, all of this stuff takes ages. Anything you do today or now is for the benefit of you and mainly the brand in the next 3 to 6 months. Like, it's such a long game, it's unbelievable. I never really appreciated that when I made a start. But at the same time, I'm one that really loves the journey more than the destination. I have this weird endlessness about things. I used to play RuneScape a lot, and you know you can't complete RuneScape. I liked the gym. Turns out you can't complete the gym. Starting a business. Turns out can't complete a business. Well, you sort of can if you sold it, but that's not the point. This just takes forever. So if you sometimes do a full day's work and by the end of the day you're thinking, I've hardly even done anything. No, this is all the job. The job is not just literally the selling bits, it's all of it. Because without the logistics, without the customer support, without the website, the graphics, the learning new software to do new things, you won't get to where you want to be. So just bear that in mind when you're trying to run your business, and sometimes you'll just look around and be like, what am I doing? I do still. Even still, there's some days where sales are low and I'm like, is this just a big waste of time? No, it turns out everybody feels like that. All of us entrepreneur types. I don't like the term entrepreneur. I think it's been used by the wrong people at this point, but yeah, just everybody feels the same. So whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, just stick at it. You'll get there. You will. You just need to keep going. You only fail when you quit. Another thing as well that I forgot is that when you are working doesn't only mean doing the shit bits you don't like. That's not the definition of work. Work is the entire process. It happens to include some bits that you might not like at times. But you're not only working if you hate it. You're allowed to love your job. You're allowed to enjoy what you do. When it goes to plan, I love this job. It's just when there's problems. And because it's a small business, there is problems because that's just a thing. So bear that in mind too. There will be problems. It's not a case of, is there going to be problems? Or can I try and mitigate problems or avoid problems? Or no, there will be problems. There'll be problems where you want to pull your hair out. I promise. And there are problems that can be solved by money, and you only have the time. There are problems that are solved by money, and you have to spend the money. There's loads of problems. You will always be putting out tiny fires, or big ones sometimes. But just keep going. The only thing I can say is, if you're watching this and you are one of those that is on this mission, well done. Well done. If you get to this point and you're like, yeah, I'm still in this. No, I don't just mean watching the video. I mean, you're still going down this road. You're still doing entrepreneurship. You're still trying to start a business in your spare time. You're still trying to sell things online. If you're... What a moron. Well, anyway, that was dramatically stupid. If you're actually doing any of this, you are doing what you're supposed to. And you have not only a chance, but you will get there. We just don't know what time frame. Just keep going. Anyway, back to it. I think that could be it. I think we're done. So at the minute, I've been building the new newsletter platform, and I think we're done. So it's johnsbusy.com/subscribe. Same again, popping this at the end, because people at the start, you guys come and go. People at the end, you're the real MVPs. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I think we're done. It's a very limited website, but that's the purpose. It's not meant to be a big, giant, flamboyant thing. It's just meant to be a short, snappy email at the end of each, from each week, almost like a weekly summary. Anything that's useful, educational, anything that I think you might benefit from, like loads. And there's loads of things that I forget that I know. Like, so I try and put myself in the position of starting out again. Like, what? Some people are sat there Googling what platform's best to sell things. And you get to a point where you sort of forget that that's a consideration for some people. So some of this stuff you might have seen already. You might already know. You probably will. But I want to make sure that it's useful for not everybody, because if you're trying to start a business and get your first sale, fantastic. You are a savage. I love it. Every business once got its first sale. But at the same time, if you're also running a business that does 100 million a year, those are two extremes of the range, right? Of course. So this is going to be, I don't know, it's going to cover a broad spectrum. It's going to cover a lot of different areas, and yeah, hopefully it can be of use. Like I say, no, there's no cost to it, obviously. Subscribe. I've put down here a bit of an FAQ. This is what the website looks like at the moment. It's next to nothing, honestly. Just bang your email in there, and yeah, we're good to go. So yeah, excellent. Anyways, I'm gonna get cracking, get this launched, and then do some planning, because that's the rest of my day. So I need to go through and assess what areas I need to work on. One area that I do need to put a lot of work into, actually, I'll show you now, is, in fact, let me just show you at murgs.co.uk. So if we go to murgs.co.uk, go to the main menu, scroll down, knee sleeves, go to the black knee sleeves pair. If you come to this, the product page is interesting. It doesn't look too bad. It's not the best you've ever seen. Like, this is not, I'm not trying to build a spammy website that converts 100% of people. Like, it's not a cheap consumable product. It's quite specialized in why you'd want this. But I will show, in fact, let me get that up in a different tab and I'll show you a direct comparison, because one of the products, the grips, it needs some love. It really does. So this is the knee sleeves. As you can see, this is what we are looking at. It's quite a simple product page, right? Scroll down. So there's a few bits. There's a bit of a bundle offer. You get a free gift. Cool. That's true to a few different products. You keep going and you get some reviews. You get a bit of a parallax image that scrolls across when you come down. There's other things that gives you some basic info, you know, some other reviews, and you know what I mean? It's sort of fluffed up a bit. And then there's like a question section and which question, you know, all that sort of stuff. That's actually wrong. That needs to be 60 days. But yeah, so you see what I mean. But you compare that to a new product I launched first of this year, so a month and a smidge ago, right? Starts the same top bit, obviously. That's like the template. All the images are in and nice. But I'll be honest, this was quite a rushed product. So you scroll down, save 20% on those because you don't quite get them for free. Oh, why is there two of those? That's bizarre. Anyway, that's not meant to be there, but it is. Scroll down, and then that's it. Right, yeah, there's some reviews at the bottom, but there's nothing educating any customers on what the hell these even are. If you've come from Google and not through, shall I say, the traditional means, like through the email list or through social media, you might not know what the hell these even are and why that lady needs to hold those bluey green things to swing on that bar. So I need to do more to educate new customers. That's a big focus of mine going forward. I need to educate those that have no idea. Because people exist, like, of course they do. I was just saying that about business. Like, it's so easy to overlook those that are brand new. They look at this and they're like, grips. But what do you mean, grips? That's not obvious. That's not obvious to it. Like, that's just a descriptive term to grip something. But what is a pair of grips? Anyway, I need to make a product page for this. So I'm going to make a start on that and I'll show you how I plan to do it. Right, that's one more down. That's four rounds. One of them was doing miscellaneous nonsense, so nothing interesting to show you. But another one of them that's been completed, nearly, is this. I'll show you this. I just need another 3 minutes. I must admit, one of the things that saves me the most time out of everything is just good file management. Just organize your files into logical chains and subfolders, and like, this is just, it's just really easy. I need to just come down to product images and then into grips, Panther Grips Ultimate, product page, description 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's that easy. I can't believe people have such poor file management. Well, I can believe it. That's a bit of a strange like, God, how old am I? 100. So I've finished this product page now, I think. We've just got to throw some images in. So that's that one. Do they want to be bigger? That's the thing with this. I'll show you where I'm at. I'll just pop this last image in, select that, throw that one in. These are not in the right order. They do need some shuffling because they don't make much sense, but let me save that and I'll show it you live on the website because that's a better... I've based it off this one, which I showed you earlier, which was the knee sleeves one with these little images here and just, you know, just a bit more stuff going on. So if we go down to there, down to grips, into that one, we come down now. So now we've got all our reviews from Trustpilot, which is great because that just adds, that's as well as these. So that's not instead of, that's just as well as. You come down, still got the offer, cool. Now it's got a nice little banner, which shows you the product in maybe too close. That might be too much of a close-up, but that's fine. That's quite a powerful bit. Try them for 60 days. If you're not the best grips you've ever used, send them back for a full refund. How can you even argue with that? A 60-day full use money back guarantee. Where else offers that? I don't know. I swear, most places, if you take the tags off, they're like, whoa, that's yours, buddy. No, not with us. No, nobody, you won't get stuck. Nobody gets stuck. Plus an unbeatable 6-month guarantee. Cool. And it's this bit that I've just been working on. I'm just not sure which one of the images best represents what. I think that's quite a good one for comfort because it does show the wristbands, it shows the thick strap, it shows the material. Extreme grip, I think that one and that one might need swapping because that does look like more grip. But in Photoshop, there was an image that I'd picked. No, it's not there. Never mind. I thought there was an image that I'd picked that showed the grippiness of it, but apparently not. So if we just swap them photos round, so if we change that one for that first one, which is that one, done, and swap this round. I stand by it. Shopify is just so good. Oh, it's so good. It just makes life so much easier. Wait a minute. Insane durability. Extreme grip. Right, so I'm getting mixed up. Select from library. It wants to be that one. Done. And that one, change. Select from library. That one. Done. And there we go. This has been something that's been on the list for a little while. I'll now show you the full shebang. So, like we say, we've seen all that lot. You come down now and you get, you know, a bit of a banner image with some stuff going on. Just a bit more depth. Just a bit more stuff. One thing that I do want to add, if we go down to add section, go into apps. Is it on apps? Back in stock? No. What did I add in on the other one? So this is a thing as well. Make sure to use other people's websites as inspiration. I feel like you're a fool not to. You know, why not? Just dive in and have a look around, like see what there is. Or it's a question and answer. It's like an FAQ. I don't think we need that, to be honest. I think that's pretty good. I think I'm happy. Anyway, that's it. So the I can't remember it again. The Pomodoro. I don't know. Turns out that is top tier. I am such a big fan of that. That is excellent. I'm going to use that genuinely all the time. I'm going to give that a go for maybe the next month and just use it for days like today where I just needed that power hour to just get some stuff ticked off. It took the stress off me as if I'm no longer the one kicking my ass, the timer is. And it's really funny that I mention this because I used to do it in the gym quite a lot. If I was short for time or push for time, I'd go to the gym, I'd start a 30-minute timer and I'd just do it. I'd be like, I've got 30 minutes and I'm going home. And then you get 12 minutes in and you're still warming up and you think, shit, I don't have all day. So you get cracking. And this is just a nice alternative incentive to, come on, John, you've got to work harder. Come on, John, got to get that done. No, you've got 25 minutes. That's it. So in half an hour blocks, it's actually a really nice amount of time. Those 25 minutes fly by. And the 5-minute breaks, they just disappear. So that's another one. Great technique. Highly recommend. I'm going to get on with that newsletter. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the newsletter. Come on. If it is crap after 3 weeks, just unsubscribe. It's fine. Try it out. Trust me. Trust me on this one. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Give me a subscribe. Please. I'd really appreciate that. Plus, I think you would. Subscribing to this channel might make you more money. I'm just saying. Anyways, I am out. I've got more to do, more to plan, more to see. And I'll meet you guys soon. Adios.